Hi, everyone, and welcome. Before we get started, I'd love to quickly introduce myself. I'm Heather, and I've had the pleasure of being part of the Purdue family for over 14 years. I currently serve as the enrollment counselor for our online Master of Science in Communication and Communication Graduate Certificate programs. Fun fact, I also previously taught undergraduate communication courses in our Brian Lamb School of Communication. So I've seen firsthand just how fantastic this program and its faculty truly are. Think of me as your guide throughout today's session. So whether you're exploring our master's degree, one of our graduate certificates, or if you're deciding which option might be the best fit, I'm here to help. My goal today is to make sure you leave feeling confident and informed about your next step. So during our time together, I'll be sharing a brief overview of Purdue University, walking through our program highlights for both the Master of Science in Communication and our graduate certificates, reviewing admissions information, and I'll be sure to leave plenty of time at the end for questions. And please don't hesitate if anything comes to mind while I'm talking to put your questions in our question and answer box. I'll do my best to answer them as I go. So, before we jump into the program details, I'd like to take a brief moment to share a little bit about Purdue University Online. One of the biggest advantages that you're going to get is Purdue Excellence in a fully online format, which means you can access our coursework anytime from anywhere while continuing to balance work and personal commitments. Our programs are specifically designed for working professionals, so this flexibility is really built with your schedule in mind. Another thing I always like to highlight is the immediate career impact. The skills you're developing in these programs are practical and applicable right away. Many of our students are able to bring what they learn directly into their current roles. You also join a globally recognized institution that has a strong professional network. Purdue has more than 600,000 alumni worldwide, and a community can be a valuable connection throughout your career. And from that rankings perspective, Purdue University continues to be recognized as a top public university in the US, along with a strong return on investment, which really speaks to the long term value of a Purdue degree or certificate. And then, as you can see, our programs are really designed with working professionals in mind. The structure, it allows you to balance coursework alongside your career and personal commitments. So you don't really have to put your life on hold while earning your degree. Another benefit, flexibility. Our curriculum is customizable, which means you can tailor your coursework to align with your specific career goal and interest. Whether you're looking to advance in your current role, transition into a new field, or strengthen your leadership and communication skills, the program can support that path. Students also appreciate the timeline flexibility. Many can complete a master's degree in as little as 12 to 20 months, depending on how many courses they take at a time. You'll be also learning from innovative faculty who bring both academic expertise and real world industry experience into the classroom. It helps keep the content practical and relevant. And finally, you join a strong and growing community. It includes a network of more than 1,500 alumni located around the world, giving you valuable professional connections across industries. So, one question I get all the time when I meet with a prospective student is, what will my diploma actually say? And I like to show an example here. If you do choose to enroll with us, you are a full Purdue University student, and your diploma and transcript will simply say Purdue University, just like any student who completed their degree on campus. There's no mention that the program was completed online. You also have access to many of the same resources, support, and student perks available to our on campus students. The biggest difference is really just flexibility. You complete your coursework from wherever it is that works best for you. My favorite thing to share, though, is if you want, you can come to campus for graduation. You can walk in our ceremony, celebrate with your classmates, and experience that wonderful Purdue milestone in person. It's a really special way to recognize everything you've accomplished. So let's talk about what our online student experience actually looks like. So, first, our program, as I've mentioned, is 100% online and asynchronous. So, what that means is there are no required live class sessions. You log in and complete your coursework when it works best for you. So, whether that's in the morning, in the evening, on the weekend, the flexibility makes it much easier to balance school with work, family, and other commitments. Your courses are delivered in 8-week sessions within a 3 semester calendar, and there are typically 2 sessions per semester. Many students prefer this format because it allows them to focus on 1 or 2 courses at a time and still make steady progress throughout our program. So, even though the program is online, it's a very interactive learning environment. You'll have the opportunity to engage in discussion boards, group projects, and collaborative activities with classmates who are also working professionals from a variety of industries. And in terms of time commitment, the workload is designed to be very manageable. We tell students that it's typically around 15 to 20 hours per week, and that includes reading, discussions, assignments, and project work. Another thing that students report that they really appreciate is the small class sizes. We cap those at around 25 students, which helps to create more meaningful conversations and allows for personalized feedback from our faculty. And finally, you'll have a dedicated support team throughout our program, including an academic advisor, student success resources, and full access to the Purdue University support services to help you along the way. I got caught for a second. So let's see here. Another question I often get is, who is this program designed for? And the reality is, we get students from a wide range of backgrounds, but they tend to fall in one of 3 categories: early career professionals, seasoned career professionals, and our career pivoters. So, first, we have our career professionals. They are individuals who they're just getting started and they are looking to build strong foundational communication skills that will help them grow and stand out in their field. And then in the middle are our seasoned professionals. They are students like myself who often have several years of experience and they want to sharpen their skills, step into leadership roles, or expand their strategic communication expertise. And then our final category are our career pivoters. These individuals might be switching industries, moving into communication focused roles, or using the program as a stepping stone towards a new career path. What's really valuable is that when you have this mix of career backgrounds, it truly does create a dynamic learning environment. Our students bring different perspectives, industries, and experience into our discussions. It truly enriches the overall classroom experience. Another important support is your academic advisor. From admission through graduation, they're your go to resource. They help with onboarding, registration, one on one advising, and connecting you to campus resources. Their role, they help you stay on track and they'll make you feel supported every step of the way. And in addition to your academic advisor, you'll also have a success coach. Their focus is to help you stay engaged and on track. They build a personalized success plan to stepping in with support if and when challenges arise. They help connect you to faculty, peers, and alumni through virtual events and networking opportunities so you stay connected to the Purdue community throughout your program. Now, I'd really like to start to take a deeper dive into our program and our certificates. So, taking a look at our Master of Science in Communication program, it's a 30 credit program, and one of its biggest strengths is its ability to specialize. One of the things our students truly appreciate is the ability to choose a concentration based on their interests. These areas allow you to build specialized skills while still maintaining a strong communication foundation. As you can see from the list on the slide, some of the options include digital media and communication technologies, which focuses on emerging platforms and digital strategy. We also offer branding and marketing communication, which is ideal for those interested in brand development, messaging, and integrated marketing communication. There's also healthcare communication designed for professionals working in or interested in healthcare related environments. Management communication and leadership, which focuses on internal communication, leadership, and organizational effectiveness. Sports communication, great for those interested in communication within athletics and sports. And finally, our strategic communication and public relations, which emphasizes messaging, campaign planning, and stakeholder communication. Students can select the concentration that best aligns with their goals, or in many cases, customize their coursework to build the skill set that makes the most sense for their career path. Don't worry, I'm not going to read all of that, but here's a sample of some of the coursework offerings within our program. One thing I always like to point out is that the curriculum continues to evolve to reflect the ever changing communication field. So our students are learning skills that are both relevant and current. You'll see courses that focus on areas like strategic communication, public relations, and social media, along with topics such as crisis communication, global communication, and communication ethics. These courses are designed to help you think both strategically and apply communication principles in real world situations. There are also options that dive into branding, advertising, and integrated marketing communication, as well as leadership focused courses like organizational comm and communication and leadership. But for our students with more specific interests, as you can see at the bottom of the slide, we have opportunities for you to take courses from other Purdue departments, including areas like public health, business, engineering, hospitality and tourism management, and learning design technology. This will allow you to further customize your experience based on your professional goals. And as I mentioned at the top of the presentation, Purdue University does offer a range of graduate certificate programs designed to advance specialized skills in key areas of communication. So let's take this next time to take a look at our communication graduate certificates. So the first one I want to highlight is our graduate certificate in branding and marketing communication. This certificate is a 9-credit certificate. It includes one required course, COM 601, and then you get to choose 2 electives based on your interest. The curriculum itself focuses on strategic communication along with branding and marketing. You'll explore topics like corporate branding, personal branding, and integrated marketing communication. The certificate also has a strong emphasis on real world application, like planning, executing, and evaluating communication strategies. I would say that this certificate is ideal for those professionals or individuals who are looking to strengthen their branding, marketing, and overall communication expertise. We also have our communication and leadership certificate. It's a 12-credit certificate that has 2 required courses and 2 electives that are based on your interests. The focus is really on communication driven leadership. It will help you to strengthen your leadership presence and advance professionally. You'll learn both how to increase team productivity, build consensus, and then also develop both internal and external communication plans. It also covers strategies for high stakes communication, especially when working with executives and key stakeholders. Next, we have the graduate certificate in digital media and communication technology. All 3 courses are actually required, so you don't have to worry about selecting any electives. It's our very structured, streamlined option. It focuses on digital media strategy, stakeholder engagement, and social media communication. In this certificate, you'll learn how to evaluate social media campaigns using data and analytics. You'll also get to explore AI and machine learning using tools for planning and audience engagement. The courses emphasize real world application through case studies and hands on projects. It makes this a great option for those professionals looking to strengthen their digital communication and social media strategy skills. Up next is one of our newer certificates. It is our graduate certificate in health communication. It has one required course and two electives. It focuses on communication strategies within healthcare and health related organizations. You'll take a look at health communication, health advocacy, and health communication theory. How does communication support health campaigns, policy influence, and stakeholder engagement? This one I would say is a great option for those who need to strengthen their communication skills in healthcare, public health, or other health related fields. Another new certificate that we're currently offering is a graduate certificate in sports communication. It's a 9 credit certificate made up of 3 required courses. Another very structured path with no electives. It focuses on sports communication strategy, stakeholder engagement, and media relations. This one also takes a look at crisis communication, reputation management, and athlete and culture dynamics. It explores how to effectively work with media partners along with social media strategy and, again, emerging AI trends in the sports communication landscape. I also recommend this one for professionals who want to build or advance their careers in sports communication. And then finally, we have the Strategic Communication Management Certificate. You take one required course and then 2 electives. So the focus is on communication planning, execution, evaluation, with topics like global communication, crisis, and social media strategy. So this one is a great option if you're looking to strengthen your strategic communication and leadership skills. And I really appreciate everyone taking the time to sit through all the certificates. And the reason why we went through all of those is because maybe you start with a certificate and then take those credits into one of the master's programs. So let's take a look now at how customizable our degrees are. So you have the flexibility, as I mentioned, in how you structure your coursework based on your goals. So taking a look at these plans of study, all students will take 9 credits of our core courses. That truly provides a strong foundation in communication. And then from there, you do have options. If you choose not to pursue one of the concentrations, you get to look at that long list of courses that was very, very long and select 21 credits as your electives. That will give you the most flexibility to mix and match courses across different topic areas. And that truly is a great option for students who want that broad skill set. However, if you want to choose a concentration, that's great if that works for you. Then you get 9 credits of core courses, 9 credits of a concentration, and 12 credits of electives. And that will allow you to build depth in one area while still keeping some flexibility. But one final option that some students do pursue is 2 concentrations, and that allows you to use your elective credits very strategically. But either way, the total is still 30 credits. And that really lets you align this program with your professional goals and interests. So let's talk about tuition. So one thing that most all of our students appreciate is that Purdue is very competitively priced compared to our peer institutions. For the Master of Science in Communication, the program, as I've mentioned, is 30 credits. The cost per credit is $520 for Indiana residents and $820 for our out-of-state residents. And that will bring your total cost to about $15,600 for Indiana and $24,600 for out of state. And then if you are considering starting with a graduate certificate, those are about 9 to 12 credits as we've talked about, and that's an overall lower cost. So that'll range from about $4,680 to $6,240 for our out of state. And for out of state, 7,180 to 9,840, depending on the certificate. So since our tuition is charged per credit hour, our students do appreciate the flexibility to just take one course at a time and spread out the costs as they progress throughout our program. So now let's talk about our admissions and application process. And I've put some basic points on the slide. And again, I'm going to talk a lot, but if at any point we have questions, start to put those in the question box, and then we'll talk about those more in depth at the end. Or if you prefer one-on-one time with me, as you can see, I've put an appointment link in the box. Of course, you can't click on that, but you can put it into your browser and set up some time with me later. But let's talk holistically about our process. So at Purdue, it is a holistic process. So we don't look at just one part of your application. A lot of people will email me and say, Heather, my grades from 10 years ago for my bachelor's don't really reflect who I am today. And you know what? That's true. We don't look at just your grades. We look at the full picture. We want to know who you are, what experiences you bring with you, and what are your goals moving forward. Um, or maybe you did have a 4.0 and that's great, but still we want to know the full picture. So in general, we look at applicants who can show they're ready for graduate level work, whether that comes from academic experience, professional experience, or a combination of both. We know not everyone takes the same path to get here, and that's great. If your journey looked a little different or wasn't perfect or linear, don't worry. We value diverse experiences, and we know real life doesn't always follow a straight line. So, as far as the actual application materials, as you can see on that list, start gathering a current resume, an academic statement of purpose, a personal history statement, some your transcripts from all universities you attended. Be thinking about two people that you would like to speak about you. They could be a professor, a boss, a supervisor, just anybody who could speak to your professional accomplishments. And then for our international applicants, there might be a few additional things you'll need to provide, but don't stress about that. If you have questions or if you're not sure what might apply to you, just reach out to me and I'll help walk you through that. So as far as some timelines and tips, there's no GRE. And then we do review our applications on a rolling basis, which means as soon as you're ready to apply, I'm ready to help walk you through it. And then our next start date is fall. Classes will begin August 24th, 2026, and our deadline is July 1st. And then if that feels a little too rushed, we also have a spring start date. But again, start setting up appointments with me, or at the end, there's also an email address if you'd prefer email, whatever is most comfortable for you. And again, here's some deadlines. We just started uh, our, we just had our application pass for our priority for summer. However, as I mentioned during my previous talk, we do 8-week terms. So if you want to get in for our graduate certificates for a second 8 weeks, we can still meet and talk about that. Otherwise, start getting your materials in to start for fall or spring. And if, like I said, whatever dates work for you, let's just make sure that everything gets processed in time. So I'll leave that up so everyone can write down some dates that work for them. I'll leave that for a second. And then, so overall, that was just a high level overview of the online Master of Science in Communication and Communication graduate certificates. I know that was a lot of information. So if anything did come to mind during our presentation, whether it's about concentrations or certificates, timeline, admissions, just anything in general, please, please start putting those questions in the question box, or if you can raise your hand and I can unmute you, I'm happy to help. There's no such thing as a bad question. You're also welcome to reach out to me after the session. I have both my email and my appointment link on the screen.